Saw a crash on the interstate, left a feeling I could not shake. Just a name in a database that must be notified. It's not a phone call I want to make. Stranger answers, I hesitate. Got some bad news that couldn't wait. Are you sitting down? Her bathrobe hangs on the bedroom door, but she's been dead for a year or more. He buried her by the sycamore so that he could keep her close. It broke his heart and it made him old. Tries to rebuild but it just erodes. Some people say that's the way it goes, but he don't feel that way. Get too drunk and you can't perform. Something dies when a star is born. Spread my anger like Agent Orange. I was indiscriminate. I met Lou Reed and Patti Smith. Didn't make me feel different. Guess I lost all my innocence way too long ago. Called my bluff and she won the fight. I ran outside in the hot twilight. I had a lighter that didn't light. Well, I know I shouldn't smoke. I was gone, I was free to leave. Walking fast down the Bowery. Tears in my eyes so I couldn't see. But I made my way back home again.
That's Conor Oberst and a song called Next of Kin, and that's a track from his forthcoming album, Ruminations, due October 14th. So the last time, Conor, you were in our neck of the woods, you were doing some surprise shows. Do you like doing surprise shows?
Surprise! Yeah. Actually, I don't really like surprises, but I guess if you're doing the surprise, then it's better than when the surprise is on you.
Yeah.
I got this thing, it looks like a Pringles can of chips.
And then the snake comes out of it?
And the snake comes out. And it's my favorite thing in the world to do to people that come to the house. I say, yeah, these are my favorite chips. They're like from, like they're from like Idaho or something, and you make up a little story and then they pop it
Why
out.
is it that never goes out of style? No matter I had one of those when I was a kid, and I'd still be amused by it today. I like good, simple humor. Apparently you do too.
Totally. I'm a big physical comedy guy myself, Yeah. Like the joy buzzer and the flower that squirts the water. All that kind of stuff.
You should try incorporating some of these things into your act.
I know.
Have you thought about that?
Pull that giant handkerchief out of my sleeve.
Mm-hmm. So you had a little trip a while back to the Clown Lounge. How was that for you?
It was fun. I was a guest opener for Jenny Lewis's shows here in Minneapolis, and the night we rehearsed before the show, the proper show here, there was a little surprise show at is that what it's called? The Clown Lounge?
The Clown Lounge down in the basement there, the Turf Club with the kind of creepy clowns in the walls and stuff.
Yeah. It was fun. It was like a bunch of people played and kind of a jamboree.
Yeah. When did you get the call to do that? Was it right before the show?
I mean, like Jenny was going to play and a bunch of the people in her band, this awesome lady, Meg McCormick, playing guitar with me on some shows. And so it was just a bunch of friends hanging out.
Well, sounds like it was a lot of fun. Now, let's talk about Ruminations. You did kind of a different sort of thing. Was this kind of a return to your roots, maybe more of a, an album you do all by yourself? Is that what were you after with this one?
I just recorded the songs, honestly, just kind of to get them down.
Yeah.
And then the label I'm on this label, Nonesuch, and David Byther, who's the kind of main guy there, he just really liked the recording, and he suggested that we just put it out. I thought it was an interesting idea because I usually do the opposite and get a bunch of people and do a bunch of decorating of my songs. But I guess for this batch of songs, even though it was surprising for him to suggest that, I kind of came around to the idea. I was like, all right. And I haven't made a record that's truly just me since I was like, I don't know, 15 or something.
So you hand off the demo and all of a sudden you're done.
Basically.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So this is kind of a great backstory on the album, too. You were living, spending a good deal of your time out in New York, right? And then you go back to Omaha.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the middle of winter when you recorded this?
Yeah, basically kind of gave up my spot in New York in the summertime, and then I was on tour with Desperacidos, and then basically had some health issues and had to basically go home, and was kind of holed up in my house and wasn't really planning on doing anything like recording or writing. And then I didn't think it was going to be released to the public at the time.
What inspired the songwriting for this album? When I listened to it, you touch on death, suicide, getting drunk before noon. Would you describe this as kind of a dark album?
Yeah, I guess it's just I don't know, human condition, I suppose.
Sure.
Yeah.
You mentioned Lou Reed and Patti Smith in that song. Did you really meet them? Are your songs all autobiographical, or is there some?
Well, not all the lyrics are autobiographical, but I did meet Lou Reed. He was amazing. Yeah. Got to play some songs with him one time.
Was he a friendly guy with you?
He was cool, man.
Yeah.
I thought he was really cool. I didn't really know him before that. It was weird. Like this guy that was like my landlord in the East Village was like old buddies with him, and I guess he introduced him to my music. And one time I put out a record, and he out of the blue sent me an email and was like, "Congratulations on the Moonlight song. That's a great song." I thought that was interesting. Just one song. Congratulations.
High praise on Lou Reed. That's awesome.
But yeah, he was real cool, man. And then we played Dirty Boulevard and Waiting for My Man.
Wow.
And it was fun. It was like the Casadega tour, Bright Eyes. And Patti Smith I've met a few times. She's awesome. She's good buds with my friend Michael Stipe. And
right.
Yeah, I mean, she's obviously a legend, and she's awesome.
And you're awesome, too. It's good to have you. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, man.
What you going to play for us?
I was going to try this one called Tachycardia, which is a fancy word for a rapid heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mass grave, $1.50 resting place on the north face. There's a rope I gotta climb. I'm a stone's throw from everyone I love and know, but I can't show up looking like I do in an old suit. My hair, it's slicked back nice and smooth in a court room. Sweat rolling down my back. It's a bad dream. I have it 7 times a week. No, it was not me, but I'm the one who has to die. Needs a cold draw to slow his tachycardia in a dark bar. This world just melts away, and he feels fine. It he could just lose track of time, it's a good sign when he can't stay away on a slow day. The rain against the window pane of the cafe. She spills the coffee ground, and the same thought hits her like a cinder block. Life's an odd job that she don't got the nerve to quit. Now it's just there at the bottom of those spiral stairs. It's the world's fair, and the future's on display in the still night. They turned on the electric lights, and the crowd cried out. Everyone looks so amazed.
That's called Tachycardia. That is Conor Oberst here on 89.3 The Current. When did you start playing piano? When you were a young lad growing up in Omaha?
I did take piano lessons as a kid, but I quit.
From the nice lady around the corner?
Exactly, across the street.
Across the street,
Ceiling.
sure.
She's great.
But you
I
quit.
still see her. She's very cool. Every good boy does fine and all that stuff, but I didn't really learn to read music.
Yeah.
And then I tried to start playing piano in college, and I was okay at the beginning because I could kind of read music, but not fast. And then it started getting more complicated, and I was terrible. And like my professor was like, "You need to drop this class."
Really?
Yeah, she said like, this is like, let's go, not worth it.
Really?
So I dropped the class. I mean, I don't even really know how to play piano that well, but I just, I do love jazz though. Yeah, I just like to play the chords and sing the songs and stuff like that.
Have you played, a piano on stage by yourself very often, or is this something that's kind of new to you?
Sometimes. This album is definitely the most piano-centric songs of. I mean, I've had piano songs like for a long time, but usually it's like one or two an album. This one's like more like 60% of the records like piano songs. So
yeah, you've been doing this for a really long time now, haven't you? And you're only pretty young yet.
Well, appreciate you saying that. I'm
Yeah.
36 years old. I feel like I'm 136.
So that's like 23 years you've been playing shows for now already.
Yeah.
That's a pretty impressive number. I still remember the show you did here in the Twin Cities, that Vote for Change, that big tour here that played at XL Energy Center, I think it was, back in, must have been 04 with REM
Yep.
and Bruce Springsteen and John Fogerty. Was that an intimidating situation for you to be, on a stage with people like that?
Absolutely. Yeah, it was definitely sort of scary, but those people are all so great. Like I remember the first show of that, I don't know how many dates it was, like 7 shows or something, but we had sound checked and we were all nervous and we were like sitting in our little dressing room kind of freaking out.
Yeah.
And there was like knock on the door and he was like Bruce and he was just like, "So glad you guys are here." Like
Rallying
like,
the troops.
So welcoming and like so like supportive and
that probably helped get rid of the butterflies, huh?
yeah, man. And then he would go out. It was cool. He doesn't have opening acts that often.
Yeah.
And so his fans are very famously like, they don't really want to hear anybody else.
Yeah.
And they'll go Bruce. So it sounds like they're like booing you.
Yeah.
And so he would go out before we went on every night and talk to the audience and be like, "These are my friends from Nebraska, and this is a no bruising zone."
Nice.
And like kind of clear the way for us, which was so gracious and sweet and cool. And yeah, he's obviously like many people, he's one of one of my heroes.
Sure.
He's awesome.
Sure. Who haven't you played with yet? I mean, you've done so many different things over your career. What haven't you done yet in your career in the 23 years you've been out doing this now?
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's a lot of stuff, but I guess I just try to do whatever I'm interested in at the time. And I think maybe if for people that follow my music, maybe that's a little frustrating because some people get like latched on to like, I like this kind of thing or I like this kind of thing, and so they get kind of bummed when you like don't want to do it anymore. But to me, it's like you kind of have to do that because that's like if you're doing anything else, if you're like trying to please people, or you're trying to like regurgitate your like old vibes, like people are gonna see right through it. It's gonna be friggin' phony. Who wants to see that, you know?
Yeah.
So I just try to do like whatever I'm interested in, and part of that is like playing with new people and having new like collaborators, and that's exciting to me.
Mm-hmm. What about Monsters of Folk? I saw most of you played kind of a surprise appearance a short while back.
Yeah, me and Jim played with M at his. He opened for Brian Wilson at the Hollywood Bowl. It was really fun.
I bet that was cool.
Yeah, it was super cool, and you know we're all still real tight, and we always talk about the next step.
Mm-hmm.
I actually wrote a screenplay for like a full-length feature film with Monsters of Folk, but
how did that turn out for you?
it was great. I mean, I you know, script's cool, and we started making music for it, but it's like an action adventure film, so it's like it's gonna cost like several $100 million to make it. So I don't know if we can get the financing together, but you know, if like Spielberg or J.J. Abrams or whoever's like listening to this, like you guys call me up, I got you.
Yeah,
let's go.
You maybe just have to do the crowdfunding route. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Just a few $100 million. Yeah. It's all good.
It's nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
It's Conor Oberst, the new album on the way called Ruminations, and thanks to the Charles H. Clay Charitable Trust for its support of the Current's in-studio sessions, thanks to engineer Michael DeMark, and to producer Derrick Stevens. Always a pleasure to hear your new sounds.
Thank you.
Yes, and what you going to do to wrap up?
It's called Till St. Dymphna Kicks Us Out. And
who is St. Dymphna, by the way?
St. Dymphna, I'm told that she is like the patron saint of the mentally ill, which is cool. But for me, it's there's a bar in the East Village called St. Dymphna's.
Oh, there you go.
That used to go there every day, and there was a beautiful Portuguese waitress named Raquel who eventually bought the bar, and she's still like one of my really good friends. But she used to like make me eat soup when I looked too hungry, and
everybody needs a bartender like that.
And every beer you got like came with like a kiss and like a hug, and like.
And she probably cut you off when you needed to be cut
probably,
off. Probably,
yeah. I'm sure she got me out of there. It's still around. If you guys are in the East Village, check it out. Rise and shine, get out of bed, get ready for the day. Get a coffee from the deli and walk the riverbank. Be careful with your headphones on when you cross the FDR. You don't want to be a casualty before you make it to the bar. And hide your shakes and worried face, just sit down in the back. All your friends were there ahead of you, and night is falling fast. Oh, you know you shouldn't say it, but you're thinking it out loud. Some things we lost are never to be found. But if you're gonna talk like that, at least buy another round, and we can keep drinking till St. Dymphna kicks us out. This world is made of blinking lights, it's changing all the time. But depending who you're talking to, it's likely to be fine. I watched you go from bad to worse, the blues is here to stay. But sometimes it's the simple things that make it all okay. You don't have to lie, say you're alright, we're just happy that you're here. But if you'd yell and tell me to go to hell, well, at least it sounds sincere. Oh, you know it's all a spectacle when you go to take a bow. You always did get nervous in a crowd. But if you want some company, I'd gladly stick around. We can keep drinking till St. Dymphna kicks us out. Let's get enabled, great minds that think alike. I never was a good judge of when to call it a night. You know you shouldn't say it, so you're thinking it out loud. Some things go south and they never turn around. But if you want a confidant, I'd never let you down. And we can keep drinking till St. Dymphna kicks us out. Yeah, we can keep drinking till St. Dymphna kicks us out.